This is one of the most insane x-rays I've ever seen. This is a pelvis x-ray. This is the pelvis that you see here. And this is a generous shot, so it also happens to include a significant portion of the femurs bilaterally. Now, what is jumping right out of the screen at us here is this film is riddled with these linear densities, and they're everywhere. And they're innumerable. You can't even begin to count them all. So what the hell are they? This is a condition known as cysticercosis. Essentially, these are larval cysts of Teniasolium, also known as the pork tapeworm. And the life cycle of T. solium is complex, and I'm not going to go into all the details here, but I will just say that the life cycle begins with a human consuming raw or undercooked pig, and then that person becomes infected with the worms in their GI tract and passes the eggs along to another unfortunate human who then consumes them. Now, these cysts can travel anywhere throughout the entire body. In this patient, they've traveled heavily to the musculature and the soft tissues of the hips and the legs. Now, in and of themselves, here, they don't really pose a life-threatening problem. In fact, you'll find this ironic, but this x-ray was only taken because this patient fell and had left hip pain. And if you look closely here, there is an impacted femoral neck fracture here, and it becomes more obvious when you compare it to the contralateral side. So these were all incidental findings. Now, what happens is they lodge here, and over time, they calcify, and that gives them this classic appearance known as rice grain calcification. The problem is when these travel to the brain and lodge there, that can cause very serious issues. That is known as neurocysticercosis. And as you can imagine, that will lead to neurologic symptoms like headaches, confusion, even seizures, and yes, unfortunately, even death. So what's the moral of the story here? The moral of the story is always do your best to keep clean, wash your hands, and never, ever, under any circumstances, eat raw or undercooked pork. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Stay safe out there, and please tell all your friends about this.